I know it's been a minute since I made a video, so don't come at me too hard. But thank you so much for rocking with me and your support. I was gonna do a get ready with me video, but I missed y'all so much I just had to talk to y'all. So we're going to get into this orange creamsicle inspired look. This is a fresh daytime look that is easy to achieve. I'm starting off with priming my face with the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. I've been using this primer since like the beginning of time, but if you watch me, you know that I use it to keep my makeup matte most of the day. And then I follow up with another primer, which is the Benefit Pore Professional Primer. I only use it on my cheeks to fill in my pores from pre-existing acne. So next I'm moving on to eyebrows. I am using the Revlon Color Stay Brow Pencil. This is in the color dark brown. I have been loving this pencil lately. So I picked this pencil up from Ulta, but you can get it from Walgreens or any drugstore. It's really inexpensive, and I love this eyebrow pencil because it does have the pencil on one end and then the spoolie on the other so you can soften your eyebrows. And when I do my brows, I typically like to draw a line on the top, then on the bottom, and as you can see on the front of my eyebrow, I like to make sure that I'm making upward strokes so they look more hair-like. To clean up my eyebrows, I like to use two different concealers. So here I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me concealers in Cafe, and then also the one in Cocoa. Cafe is going to go underneath my eyebrow. I like to use a lighter concealer to make my brow look a little bit lifted. And then on the top of my brow, I'm going to be using Cocoa, which is more of my skin complexion, so that my eyebrows still look natural, but a little bit lifted. Sometimes your fingers can be your best friend when applying makeup. So underneath my eyebrow, if I do need to blend out any of my concealer, I will use my finger. Now the brush that I am using is a flat synthetic brush. If you want to know what are my favorite brushes, what brushes I typically use and buy, they will be listed in the description box below, so definitely check it out. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. So obviously the foundation is too red for my skin tone. I do have this foundation in two different shades. Right now I have one shade 460, but shade 440 is more of my complexion. However, I was not about to go ahead and remove it and take it off for this video, so you're going to see me color correct in this video. Right now what I'm going to use is my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Deep. I'm going to go ahead and put that underneath my eye, and this is actually going to help tone down the redness from the foundation. To make sure that I have an airbrushed finish, I am going to blend out with my Beauty Blender sponge. Because I have the color correct, I am going to be applying my powder a little bit different. So the powder that I'm using is the Ulta Mineral Setting Powder, and it's a powder that I have been loving. It's super inexpensive, so I'm going to put a heavy amount on the edge of my nose. And then what I'm going to do is use my Beauty Blender sponge to go ahead and press in the rest of the powder. You're going to see the powder still sitting there. It's going to look a little bit white, but I need to tone down redness in the foundation. Hello?
Kim, can you get me 2 bottles of vanilla wafer cookies I paid you, because I can't find them up here. They got those unnamed brand. I don't want them kind of cookies.
Okay, but I'm filming a video right now, so it may be a little minute.
Okay, that'd be fine.
Okay, but I'll get some.
Alright.
Alright.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For my eyes, I am using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I am just taking a reddish brown from that palette, and with the fluffy brush, I'm going to use this color as my transition color. So I love to use a fluffy brush. This makes it really easy to blend because your transition color should blend seamless with all your other shades. So with the light hand, just use a fluffy brush. Now in the crease, I am going to be using a more dense brush for the crease, I am using a darker brown. Like I said, if you want to know the brushes that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below, but you definitely want to pack in that color along the crease area to make that really, really sharp. Next, I'm about to cut my crease. The easiest way to do this is to put a generous amount of concealer on the front and back of your brush, and with the flat synthetic brush, I start applying the concealer and following the shape of my eyelid. If it takes you some time, don't worry. This step requires a little bit of focus, but you can do it. The concealer that I'm using is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Warm Honey. Now that I applied my concealer, I'm going to apply my lid color on top, which is an orange shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to apply this color all over my eyelid with an eyeshadow brush. I'm applying eyeliner with the NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner. This is my favorite eyeliner to date right now, and it's the best liner to use to get a precise line. So what I'm going to do is start at the center of my lash line and then draw a line at an angle. Once I've drawn my line at the angle on the top, then I draw an additional line from the outer corner to connect to the top, and then I just fill in. Using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean, I'm going to go ahead and run this across my waterline and then smudge the color to give it a smokier effect. On the inner corner of my eye, I am using a highlighter by Makeup Revolution. This is the strobe highlighter in Gold Addict. I am also going to be using this later to highlight my face, but I want to give my eyes a little bit of a pop on the inner corner, so that's why I applied my highlighter. Now it's time to brush off the excess powder. So this should now be toned down. So the red color that was on my entire face should now be toned down. I'm going to use a bigger brush to kind of wipe off most of the powder, but then you're going to see me switch over to a smaller brush so that I can get it a little bit more precise, because that powder was so hard to move since it was sitting there the whole entire time. But either way, take your time, just remove your powder. Okay, so don't judge me about this product, but y'all know I love my Black Radiance Pressed Powder in Ebony. I'm going to use this to contour my face. So I'm going to put this down the sides of my nose just to give my nose a little bit more definition. And then I'm also going to put it on the innermost parts of my face, which is underneath my cheekbones. So my cheekbones will have a pop, and just around the whole perimeter of my face so I can have some definition. For blush today, I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Ebony Bronzer. I am going to swipe this all over the apples of my cheeks, and I like to use a fluffy brush in order to do that. Use a big powder brush. Trust me, this will make it a whole lot easier. Now for highlighter, I'm using the same highlighter that I used on the inner corner of my eye, which is Makeup Revolution Strobe Highlighter in Gold Addict. I'm going to put this on the tops of my cheeks. The lip pencil that I'm using today is also a ColourPop lip pencil that I love so much. And I will put those products down below because I cannot remember the lip gloss or the name of the pencil. But of course, check the description box. It has everything you need in there. Well, this is the final look. I hope you ladies enjoyed watching the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I will see you guys later.